True. So we began this night with a 90-minute pregame show, and in the course of that 90 minutes, we had a chance to talk to the commissioner, Adam Silver. One of the questions was if you could send a message to Kyrie Irving, who was unvaccinated and not playing for Brooklyn, what would it be?
I'd tell him to get vaccinated, first and foremost, for himself and his family, next for his teammates and his community, and also for the league that I know he cares so much about. I understand, that it's not just Kyrie. There are people in this country who disagree with the notion of getting vaccinated. But at least from everything that I understand, science is firmly on the side of getting vaccinated.
New York City law says you have to be vaccinated or you cannot be at large indoor gatherings, sporting events like this included. So while Kyrie Irving could not play at home or practice at home, he could play on the road. But then the Nets decided, no, if you're not going to be around for our home games, you're not going to be here for the road games either. What'd you think?
Well, I think two things. One, I would say I have empathy for what Kyrie is. Like, I can understand that he has an uncomfortability about vaccinations. I'm not going to sit here and think that because I'm vaccinated and want to believe in vaccinations, that I'm smarter, because most people who got vaccinated probably don't know the 4 ingredients inside of it, that inside of vaccination. But the same way the people who are unvaccinated probably couldn't tell you the 4 ingredients in an aspirin. So it really comes down to comfortability. Like, what you've read and what you understand, are you comfortable with it? Do I have sympathy? No. Do I have empathy? Yes. Do I understand that he could be uncomfortable with getting vaccinated? Sure. And as long as he's willing to take the consequences for it, I cannot stop him. Now, if he says, I shouldn't do this, and he's taking the consequences for it, I can understand. I cannot stop him. Now, if he says, I shouldn't do this, and he's taking the consequences for it, I can understand it. That's your choice. Maybe I wouldn't do that, but that's up to you.
Your buddy over here is grimacing. Chuck?
First of all, you don't get the vaccine for yourself. You get it for other people.
No, I'm not saying.
Hold on, brother. You said your piece.
No, I didn't say you do.
I got vaccinated. I can't wait to get the booster. You don't get vaccinated just for yourself. Like Adam said, you get vaccinated for your family first. You get vaccinated for your teammates second, things like that. That's what bothers me about this whole thing. I think everybody should get vaccinated. And let me tell you something. I really am proud of the Nets for putting their foot down. For saying, no, we're not going to deal with this half on, half off. The only thing that bugged me, he's still going to make $17 million sitting at home. I wish they could find a way, if he wants to go on this thing, like, people say he's like Ali. First of all, don't ever compare anybody to Ali. Ali went 3 years without boxing. He was the highest paid athlete in the world. This guy going to make $17 million for sitting at home. But to every person out there, you don't get vaccinated just for yourself. Let's get that out the way.
And no one said you don't.
Yeah, let Shaq have his say. We got about a minute left.
I try not to tell a person what they should and shouldn't do, right? To each his own. However, in this land that we live in, there's laws and society. And then, Kenny, you know this, what I'm about to say. In order to win the championship, you got to sacrifice. So if I have the thoughts that I have, and then you as Kevin Durant, you say, I'm going to get it, and then you as James Harden say, I'm going to get it, I might as well get it. But Chuck makes a great point. It ain't about you, it's about getting everybody else. I mean, because I had some, second thoughts, but, I said, what? I'm not going to get Dr. Lucille O'Neal sick. I'm not going to get Latifah. I'm not going to get
And I said the same.
No, I want to say one thing. Give a shout out to one of my ex-teammates who was in the ICU for the last month with COVID. Sid Sabalos, I'm glad you're on the mend. I love you. I'm glad you beat this thing, brother.
The Brooklyn Nets without Kyrie Irving taking on the Milwaukee Bucks here on opening night. Milwaukee with the halftime lead by 7.